in YouTube world. Hello to everyone. And look what, Cameron here. I'm speaking to you from the lovely city of Geelong in Victoria, Australia. Some people say Geelong. Anyway, who cares about that? But look, I just thought tonight what I'd do is I'd just do a presentation of some of my favourite bands or slash artists. I'll just do about 10 of them, and look, not in any particular order apart from maybe the last one I will show you. So look, I'll, what I'm sort of doing, I am a Christian, so in regards to the music I'll be showing you today, it is what we term secular music, and these are my, and I don't necessarily agree with the personal lives of all these people or artists that I'm about to show you necessarily, but these are my favourites, and they're not in any particular order apart from maybe the last one I'll show you. So starting, as I say, not in any particular order, is Billy Joel. I quite like his music. Tommy Emmanuel. Now, look, these aren't necessarily my favourite albums, the ones I'm showing you here, but they're just, the albums I could find, or just because it's the artist I'm featuring, not necessarily my favourite music by this artist. So, Tommy Emmanuel. Weird Al Yankovic, or Yankovic, however you want to say that, he is quite a good artist, and I think they sort of say that in the music world, if you've been parodied by Weird Al Yankovic, you have made it in the music industry. This is from about 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. He's straight out of Linwood album. So yeah, look, this guy has done it all. He's parodied Billy Ray Cyrus and Miley Cyrus. That's how long this man has been around, that he's parodied father and daughter. Queen. Queen I quite like. This is their greatest hits album. I'm not featuring the albums, by the way. It's not necessarily, well, actually, to be honest, this is the only Queen music I've got. I mean, it's the best of their stuff. Volume 1, I haven't bothered with Volume 2 or 3. I always a bit sceptical about Greatest Hits Volume 2 and all that. I think, why? Basically, why would they have a Greatest Hits Volume 2? It should be on the first album. Elton John. When I was quite a bit younger, when I was a child, one of my favourite songs of his was Nikita. That's on here, and quite a lot of his music is on here, and another greatest hits album. I don't think The Club at the End of the Street is on that, which is a pretty cool song with a cool cartoon film clip. This is a gold 104, or well, classic hits album, depending what state you're in Australia. So this isn't any one artist, but I don't actually have any of their albums, but I like quite a bit of their music, and the song on this one from the artist or band, Cold Chisel, and the song on here is K-San. Funny how it's not really an Australian battle, but Cold Chisel were an Australian group, or are I should say. They're still around, I think, from time to time. ELO. I like ELO's music. It's before my time, I will admit. I'm quite a bit too young to actually have known when they first came out, but it's quite a... This album here, it's the very best of, like a lot of my albums. It's got all their good stuff, Don't Bring Me Down, Mr. Blue Sky, All Over the World. It's their best songs, and I suppose, that's why I've got this particular one. It's got the songs that I knew, the songs that have made it, the songs that have lasted on here. the Eagles. The Eagles, they well, when I was in my teens, I sort of probably my favourite American band, you know, as opposed to all the really good British bands there are out there. The Eagles were sort of like my American band. And I loved the song Hotel California. I since found out, you know, after loving it for years, that maybe it's about devil worship. There's many schools of thought about that song actually, but anyway, the Eagles are one of my favourite bands, and you know, they have stood the test of time, even though I think some of their members have now since passed on. Number one, now look, this, as I said, they're not in any particular order, but I will say that this is number one. Who can go past this group? You're probably going to guess who the group is. You can't go past this group as far as I'm concerned. They are the greatest band ever. Like I've said before, I don't necessarily agree with the way this band may have lived their lives. You know, because of my religious side of things, beliefs. But this particular group, I don't think there'll ever be another band ever as successful or to the level of success that this group has had. And this, you know, these guys are the yardstick or you know, the measuring stick of bands. You know, these are the best. Everybody, I think, well, maybe not so much now. They are getting a little bit old now, but even now, here on YouTube, you see people love this band. Even, you know, as young as, you know, probably 16, 17, teenagers today, even they love them. You probably guessed who they are by now, but it is the Beatles. This album here, Past Masters. I've got some other of their albums, but this is the one I found lying around to just bring out. This is quite a good album actually, because it's got some songs on it that I don't think were necessarily released on an album. You know, like their famous albums like A Hard Day's Night, Help, Please Please Me, or whatever. I think this has got songs that I think were only released on this. Anyway, look at this cover here. Typical, the immediately recognisable sort of Beatles font that would be on there. I think it would be the one that's on the drum kit. Anyway, it's got some songs even in German on it. The Beatles. The Beatles are my number one band. Probably just strictly because, you know, everyone, well not everyone, but most people would put this band as being one of the greatest ever. Anyway, look, that's just a little presentation of the music I like. Make what you like out of it. But yeah, I just thought I've seen other people do presentations like this, so I thought I would do one too. Anyway, have a good one everybody, and goodbye.